Hello and welcome to this short video on William Shakespeare's Sonnet 12. As background, Shakespeare's 154 sonnets fall into three main thematic groups. 1 to 17 are often referred to as the procreation sonnets, where a young man is encouraged to have children. 18 to 126 are the fair youth sonnets, and cover questions such as whether poetry can defeat time. 127 to 152 are the Dark Lady sonnets, and deal with ideas such as sexual desire, shame and moral disgust. And 153 and 154 ask whether desire ends or just repeats itself. Today we'll look at Sonnet 12, which is one of the procreation sonnets, and let's have a look at the first 4 lines. When I do count the clock that tells the time, and see the brave day sunk in hideous night, when I behold the violet past prime, and sable curls all silvered o'er with white. These 4 lines introduce the idea of time passing. The verb count means to reckon or to add up, and the verb tell means to toll, because in Elizabethan England time was calculated by listening to the church bells tolling every hour, and this marked time passing. When he says brave day, he means splendid and glorious, not courageous. And that splendour is being replaced by hideous night, with hideous here meaning terrifying and causing horror. So the poet is thinking about listening to the bell tolling and counting time passing until what is splendid is replaced by what is terrifying. The dark, because it reminds him of the end of something. His thoughts then move to the effect of time on the violet, a delicate flower that blooms early in the year and fades quickly. Note that the violet is past its prime but not dead. It is an emblem of temporary beauty that is affected by time. And the next thought turns to an aging human whose sable curls. A sable is a creature like an otter with a velvety black coat, whose fur was worn by the wealthy. And these sable curls are now turning white. So this first stanza deals with the effects of the passing of time, and moves us from time's effect on natural phenomena to its effect on nature and then on humans. Let's now look at the next stanza of 4 lines. When lofty trees I see, barren of leaves, which erst from heat did canopy the herd, and summer's green all girded up in sheaves, borne on the bier, with white and bristly beard. Here, Shakespeare draws our attention to the gradual effect of time. He thinks of seeing tall, leafless trees in winter, and is reminded that in the summer their leaves protected herds of animals, probably cows, from the summer sun. Note also the use of the word barren, which sets up the idea of childlessness in our minds. We then move on to a vision of green fields, summer's green, and realise that he's talking about fields of wheat, which, when harvested, are tied together in sheaves and carried away on a bier. Here a sheaf is a bundle of wheat, and a bier is a frame for carrying a dead body to its final resting place. And the stiff bristles on mature wheat remind him of an old man's white beard. So again, a natural event, the growing and harvesting of wheat, reminds him of the way humans grow, bloom, mature, and die. And when he thinks of these things, notice that both of these stanzas begin with the word when. It then makes him think about the real subject of the poem, the beautiful young man. Then of thy beauty do I question make, that thou among the wastes of time must go, since sweets and beauties do themselves forsake and die, as fast as they see others grow. And what he thinks is inevitable is that the young man will die and go into the wastelands of death. Wastes here has a much stronger meaning than today. It comes from a word meaning to devastate or to leave ruined and empty. And he then links two ideas. One is physical beauty, and the other is sweets, which is the pleasure that seeing beauty generates in others, namely the poet himself. And he says that by failing to have any children, the young man is actively forsaking or giving up the battle against the ravages of time. So what the young man will see as he ages and rots away will be the growth of other youthful things, but not the recreation of his own unique beauty and sweetness in the form of his children. Which leads to the two-line conclusion. And nothing 'gainst time's scythe can make defence, save breed to brave him when he takes thee hence. Here time is personified as a reaper who mows down all wheat. And note, this happens to all life. Time takes everything away, and the only defence is to breed and to have children. Through them, the fight against time's devastation can continue. And notice that we must brave time. Brave here has changed meaning from earlier in the sonnet and now means to act bravely and courageously. So, in summary, Sonnet 12 is one of the procreation sonnets, and as such, it takes us through comparisons with nature and the effects of the passage of time, both short-term and long-term, and concludes that the best way to defeat time is to have children. It is the only way beauty can be preserved. In future sonnets, he will change his approach, but I will cover that in other videos. Now, if you've got this far, you might also like to know that Shakespeare's sonnets follow a particular rhyme scheme, known as AB, AB, CD, CD, EF, EF, GG. So, stanza 1 is AB, AB. The first rhyme, A, is where time rhymes with prime, and the second rhyme, B, rhymes night with white. In the next stanza we have different rhymes, leaves and sheaves, so we choose the next letter in the alphabet, C. The fourth rhyme, D, is herd and beard. Now these last two would have rhymed in Elizabethan times. In the next stanza we have two more rhymes, E, make and forsake, and then F, go and grow. And the final two lines are different again, but rhyme with each other. This is called a rhyming couplet because there are two lines, and these rhymes, G, are defence and hence. And this is the typical rhyme scheme that you will find in Shakespeare's sonnets. So I hope that you have found this short video on Sonnet 12 interesting, and it will help you to get greater enjoyment from reading Shakespeare's works. Give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and subscribe now so that you don't miss any of my future posts.